Let's talk about Mission 300 Africa Energy Summit in Dar es Salaam, where heads of state and governments pledged to bring electricity to 300 million people by 2030. Sounds great, right? But let's break it down critically because we've heard grand energy promises in the past, and Africa still has over 600 million people living in darkness. Let's start with the Dar es Salaam Energy Declaration, which on paper looks like a milestone. African leaders have officially committed to expanding reliable, affordable, and sustainable electricity to drive economic growth and improve quality of life. It all sounds good, but here's the thing. Africa has never been short on energy conferences, arguments, or declarations. What has been missing is implementation. We've seen similar high-level meetings in the past. The Lomé Energy Summit, the Abuja Electricity Roadmap, the Addis Ababa Sustainable Power Pact. But after the dust settles, the people still remain in darkness and politicians just move on to the next big thing. So what makes this Mission 300 declaration different? Will it finally be the plan that brings real sustainable change? Or is it just another fancy document that gets forgotten again? One of the big highlights is that Mission 300 partners pledged more than $50 billion to expand energy access across Africa. That sounds huge, but African energy projects have received billions in pledges before, yet progress remains painfully slow. Who remembers Power Africa? The $7 billion initiative launched by the Obama administration in 2013. It promised to add 30,000 megawatts of electricity and provide power to 60 million homes and businesses. A decade later, progress has been underwhelming. So while $50 billion sounds impressive, the key question is, where exactly is the money going? Who is monitoring it? And how much of it will actually materialize? At the Energy Summit, 12 African countries including Nigeria, Tanzania, and Malawi presented detailed national energy compacts. These plans focus on scaling up electricity access, expanding renewable energy, and attracting private sector investments. The World Bank, the African Development Bank, and other global partners have all thrown their weight behind this initiative. But let's remember, they are not doing it for charity. Look, Africa needs electricity, not more conferences, because the reality is harsh. Over 600 million people still live in energy poverty. Businesses are suffering due to unstable power supply. Millions of Africans rely on charcoal and firewood for cooking, causing health and environmental disasters. The Mission 300 declaration sounds promising, but we have to hold leaders accountable because the success of this initiative will not be measured by speeches but by a real impact. Will the children in rural areas finally have lights to study at night? Will small businesses have steady power to grow? Will ordinary Africans see lower electricity costs? So if the leaders are serious, they must prioritize the people over private profits. Otherwise, Mission 300 will end up like many past initiatives, a forgotten promise buried under a pile of broken dreams.